Welcome, everybody. It's Game Time presented by Kia. Udonis Haslem, Isiah Thomas, Matt Weiner, good to have you with us. Let's get into our game real quick. Desmond Bane had 14 in the first quarter. Again, no John Morant. And we talked about this before the game. We talked about this at halftime. When Morant's not out there, Bane has become a primary ball handler. And because of all the experience he racked up last season when Morant was largely absent, it's paying off now.
And he's deadly. I mean, he's deadly in the screen and roll. He can knock down a three. He can get to the basket. And then he takes quality shots. Ball, distributing it, playing on the pick and roll. That's what he is. And tonight, 15 to 23 or 4-7 from the three-point line, 38 points. He gave Detroit all they wanted. And for Memphis, he was all they needed.
You know, it's interesting, UD, that he only racked up 3 assists tonight, and it seemed to me that was mostly because Detroit wasn't sending a second defender after him. He was operating a lot in the middle of the floor and basically working over Pistons defenders for a lot of mid-range shots, especially in that fourth quarter.
It's crazy that you say that because I'm still literally thinking he looked so comfortable. He looked so comfortable from all 3 levels. And now we talk about we swing the ball to him and he's at the top of the key. Look what gets downhill. He spins, he gets to the paint, he finishes with the right hand. Now he comes off the pick and roll. That weak hedge, you never put your chest in front, you never stop the ball. If you're not going to stop the ball, I'm going to go get down here, I'm going to get to the ball. Once he gets to his spots, that's 10,000 hours, 1,000 reps. It doesn't matter, it's a miss or make. And I love the fact that he didn't settle and the fact that he shot 23 shots and only 7 of them were threes.
Yeah.
Only 7 of them were threes, which lets you know he was getting to it tonight. And that's what you got to do when Ja's out. And once again, that only helps you be more dangerous once Ja comes back.
It's a great example of his evolution because he was mostly a three-point shooter when he came into the league. That was his reputation. He was a catch-and-shoot guy, and now you see a whole different range of skills from Desmond Bane. Here he was moments after his 38-point night.
38.
They led after on the road that you guys have really stepped up defensively. Has the defense been better here in these last 2 games?
I think so. You know, that's got to be our calling card, you know, for now and for the rest of the season. You know, we got to be able to get stops.
You feel like a sense of urgency? You guys are playing with that right now?
100%. I mean, you know, it's backs against the wall. You know, we get a chance to get off our legs tomorrow, and then, you know, got another game coming up in Charlotte we got to get to.
You got 87 points in your last 2 games in this building. Something about this building?
Hey, I'm a little close to home, man. A little close to home.
Des, heading into Charlotte, what do you need to take? What's important to take from these last 2 wins to Charlotte?
Guard. You know, keep guarding. Most importantly, get off our feet a little bit and, you know, come ready to work. Right mentality.
Congratulations on the win. Great game tonight, Des.
Desmond Bane from Indiana, that's close to Detroit, relatively speaking. He's back in the Midwest where he grew up. So the Pistons clinched a playoff spot last night. That was remarkable. If you're with us in the pregame show, we pointed out no team has won fewer than their 14 games last season than made the playoffs the next season. So anything at this point is gravy for the Pistons. They're sitting 5th in the Eastern Conference. Great news for them tonight was Cade Cunningham returned and looked like Cade Cunningham.
Yeah, and you know, you want to be healthy going into the playoffs. And not only do you want to be healthy, but you also want to have a good rhythm and you want to be in sync. Tonight I thought he came in, he played well. Had a turnover down big for the Pistons because there's now these next couple of games, they can get in a good rhythm, they can find their offensive flow and get ready for the playoffs and go in strong.
I agree. Talk about having a good rhythm and their offensive flow going into the playoffs. This is the guy who's going to be most ball dominant. This is the guy who averages 9 or 10 assists from you. So he's going to facilitate a lot of offense. There was a little adjustment tonight for Tim Hardaway Jr., Malik Beasley, and those guys. Those guys been out there getting it up. But there was a little bit of an adjustment. But once again, these last 4, 5, 6 games, they'll get that continuity going back and they'll go into the playoffs rolling.
By the way, Beasley made some history tonight. He became the 4th player in NBA history to hit 300 threes in a single season. Wow. 9 minutes after he hit that 3, Anthony Edwards became the 5th player in NBA history with 300 threes, but Beasley is the only one of the 5 who did it as a reserve. 300 threes coming off the bench, that's some real shooting.
Give me one of them. Little shimmy thing. Yeah, a little shimmy. Go ahead, give him a little shimmy. Go ahead, Malik. Man, I love it. You talk about a guy who's bounced around in the league and been on multiple teams, but everybody always saw the talent.
Yep.
I think he's found a home in Detroit. Shout out to JB, but shout out to the other vets that are around him. The Tim Hardaway Jr.'s, the Tobias Harris. The guys have been pros for a long time in this league and helped this guy along.
All right, more coming up here on Game Time presented by. After dropping 4 in a row, the Memphis Grizzlies have now won 2 straight, as you saw right here on NBA TV. They beat the Pistons tonight 109-103. Desmond Bane with 38 as a primary ball handler tonight. Jaren Jackson Jr. with 27, 11 boards, and he is our guest from Motown tonight. There's Jaren. Hey, Jaren, good to have you with us. Congrats on the win tonight. +8 in the fourth quarter. What turned it around for you?
Des went crazy. Zach was going crazy from a board perspective. I tried to impact the game any way I can, but, you know, it was definitely a group effort, and we ended the road trip, or part of our road trip, strong.
Jaren, when Desmond is playing like that, you know, how does that make you and the team feel? Definitely takes a lot of pressure off you scoring-wise. Do you just sit back and wait for your opportunities and let them ride?
Yeah, I mean, you know, you're one of the best guards ever. So, you know, when there's a big down there watching, we kind of, I mean, you know, the defense is going to rev up on him. So you just try to get him as many clean looks as he can. And then the ISO ball stuff, that's just him in the gym.
Hey, Jaren, man. Jaren, you do the same thing. I mean, no matter what, whether giant or not, you're going to get down in the post. I mean, I told this guys earlier this, and you remind me of Chris Bosh. Like, the way you shoot the ball from the perimeter, you got the soft touch. You can go against the small guys in the paint. You can switch 1 through 5. You can also protect the basket. So you remind me a little bit of Chris Bosh. But when Ja is out and you see the opportunity that Desmond Bane had, you saw him last year and you see him this year. Just talk about some of the differences from him being the guy when Ja was out last year and how comfortable he is this year. It just looks like he's gotten comfortable being uncomfortable.
Yeah, I think he trains like that. He trains with bodies on him, draped on him. He's always getting pressured from half court onward, sometimes full court, to work on his handle. I think it started from when he was in summer league and he was running the point guard position, and then from there on, I think every year it just got even more. He got even more cozy with it. So, I mean, it's great to see, man. Like, he's one of the best shooters already coming in, and then to have the rest of his bag, I mean, it makes him hard to guard.
Jaren, the coaching change last week was a shock to a lot of us looking in from the outside. Taylor Jenkins had been so successful over his time there. I don't know how much of a shock it was internally to you guys, but what do people need to know about your interim head coach, Tomas Isiah?
Oh, yeah. Well, he's been here the whole year. He understands us. He knows our system. He knows what we need to do to be successful and win. He's very straightforward. He doesn't beat around the bush either. He's a guy who comes from figuring it out on the fly, coaching where he was coaching, and yeah, he's a great person. He expects a lot from us, but he always gives us empowerment and tells us we can do it. And yeah, this is a nice little highlight reel of him. Okay, he already got a little highlight reel.
Oh yeah, okay. Oh yeah, we've got video of everybody, Jared. He only has to be on the sidelines a couple of games, and we've got all the video collected. Hey, this is not your first rodeo. I know it was a different situation last year entirely, but here you are with 4 games to go, trying to climb out of the play-in situation. I'm sure you're aware Minnesota won tonight, so they're still holding on to that 6th spot. What do you expect from these final 4 games? And as a player, what is the challenge and what is the, I don't know, excitement level to finish out this regular season with something like that on the line?
Yeah, it's that time of year. It's going to be a battle every game. It's going to be a battle every possession because we're playing for stuff. Other teams are playing for things. Even if they're not playing for seedings, people are playing for jobs. So it's going to be a lot of intensity. I'm not shying away from it. I love it. I mean, we embrace it over here. I think over the years, I don't think we've been a team that ever shies away from this sort of thing. And I think we're just going to thrive in it.
Well, good luck these last 4 games and into the postseason as well. We've got reels on you as well. You know that, right?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, no, I've seen some. They look good. Yeah, I appreciate it.
They do. Appreciate your time and stay healthy. We'll talk to you soon.
Of course.
Jaren Jackson Jr. with us back in Michigan, where he played his college ball at Michigan State, of course. And there's the situation we were talking about a moment ago. Memphis 46-32, basically in a 2-way tie pending tonight's LA Clippers result for 6, 7, maybe 8 if the Clippers can win tonight. And there's no way to overstate the difference between the 6 spot and 7 and 8. You know, even if the matchup is favorable, you want to not be involved in that play-in because you're playing with fire.
Yeah, if you're in the East, you might want to be in the play-in.
Yeah, yeah,
Maybe.
Feel like you got a chance in the East of the play-in, but
maybe.
in the West, you don't want none of that. You don't want none of that OKC. You don't want none of that smoke. You want to avoid OKC into the finals. You don't want to see OKC early. So obviously, you want to get out of that. But like I said earlier, Memphis is one of those teams where regardless of who they play, it's not going to be an easy series, no matter who it is. Now, they're not going to be OKC, but they'll give them a 4-2, 4-3 run. But you want to get out of that for sure. And it's about matchups. The playoffs is about matchups, and everybody's looking at those, and they might not tell you, but some people are going to drop a couple games to get where they're trying to go to play against who they want to play against. It's all about matchups, right?
Well, and then when you look at, I mean, really, you can look at 3 through 8, right? I mean, Lakers, Golden State, Denver. I mean, everybody is so evenly matched in one game or 2 games at the end of the season as we're going down the stretch. You may not be in a position to try to pick your opponent, right? You may not be you may not be able to afford to lose a game. You know?
But you definitely want to avoid having to play 2 games while your opponent in the first round sits around and watches you.
Yes.
Like that's the punishment part of the play-in.
And all of them are, a game or 2 away from that spot.